Silence your cell phones now.
Repeat after me.
I am
a revolutionary.
a revolutionary. I am
a revolutionary.
a revolutionary. I am a revolutionary. What's going on, YouTube? It's NC Place to be children, Mr. Andy. Back to give you guys the movie experience. And yes, we got a powerful one for you tonight. I just finished checking out on HBO Max the highly anticipated, since I reacted to the trailer, Judas and the Black Messiah. Judas and the Black Messiah, starring Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield in the roles. This is a story basically about William O'Neill, the one who was the one that kind of sold Fred Hampton out and got him killed during 1969. That little bit of time period, we don't get too full fleshed out stories of like Fred Hampton, stuff like that. It takes place on one period, which I think works out for the best when it comes to these kind of biopics and stuff like that, when it comes to educating the kind of people. So I enjoy that the most. Fred Hampton, for those who don't know, just to give a brief synopsis of it, he was the chairman of the Illinois chapter of Black Panther Party. Now, I knew of Fred Hampton, and said, because I love history, I love researching history. My history when it comes to, African American history and stuff like that, like the 50s and 60s civil rights movement, that's my era. That's the one I've done the most research and the most era on. When it comes to Black Panther Party and everything in the 70s, that's my wife. So we make a great blend of history merging together. Now, I'm not saying that's not all Black history, obviously, but I'm saying, but when it comes to the freedom fight and stuff like that, those are the two eras that we both represent. So when it comes to Fred Hampton, she knows all about Fred Hampton, all about the Black Panther Party, and she was the one who told me about the trailer. I didn't even know they was making a Fred Hampton movie until she told me about Judas and the Black Messiah. I reacted to it, and you guys responded, so I appreciate all the people that supported that video. So now we're about to get into that story. It's finally out, so we're gonna review this movie, and I'm telling you right now, this movie it hits you. It's going to hit you. It's not going to. You're going to get angry. Let's just put it out there. You're going to get angry. Watch this movie, but it's a very good movie. It's a very telling story that you need to find out about. So we're going to get to the good, get to the bad, and get into the experience / spoilers. So starting off with the good. Good off the back is Daniel Kaluuya as Fred Hampton. Now, when I first seen it, I was just like, I don't know how I feel about him being Fred Hampton. At first, I was like, yeah, he's a little bit darker. And obviously, Fred Hampton was 21 years old when he was murdered. And I was like, Daniel Kaluuya, I was about 10 years difference. So Daniel Kaluuya does not look 21 years old. But I watched the movie, and all that went out the window because it wasn't an impersonation of Fred Hampton. It was like, it's like he embodied the character. He embodied the man. Okay. And I have to say that he did a phenomenal job, especially when it comes down to the accent, that Chicago accent, because it to some people it may be like a little exaggerated, but you gotta go listen to an interview and listen to Fred Hampton talk.
And you're gonna have to keep on saying that. You're gonna have to say that I am a proletarian. I am the people. I'm not the pig. You got to make a distinction, and the people are going to have to attack the pig.
I'm just like, man, it's like, Daniel Kaluuya did his work, and he's a great actor. And I don't know why I put anything, against him like that, but I was like, this man will go out there, do his research, and do what he has to do when it comes to, doing a good acting job. So him playing Fred Hampton, I thought was a great pick. The casting in this movie was really great. It was really, really good. Then we have Lakeith Stanfield. There is not enough to tell you about Lakeith Stanfield. He plays the part of William O'Neill. And William O'Neill is the one that was the FBI informant that infiltrated that chapter of the Black Panther Party. Lakeith Stanfield brings, because see, automatically you're going to go in this film hating this character, and I'm gonna tell you because I'll get to it when I get to my experience spoiler section. So you're gonna go in and hating this character. Like he set Fred Hampton up. He set him up. He caused him to get killed. Automatically off the back, Lakeith Stanfield, what he brings to William O'Neill is that this is this guy who is like he feels as though he's clever and scared at the same time. He feels as though that, you know, I'm getting over on you just like you're trying to get over on me, in a kind of way. He feels like he's proud of that, but in the meantime, he's terrified. And then there are times, these little smirks and these little personality traits that he does in the movie to make you think like, wait a minute, is he really the one getting over here, or is he not the one really getting over here? So he brings a lot of that to the movie, and I think he did a great job. That's a hard part to play. It really is a hard part to play, especially if you know like the tragic history and story of William O'Neill, which I'll get into when we get to like the more spoilers of things. Another good also is Dominique Fishback. She is back, and she plays the role of Deborah Johnson, which is Fred Hampton's lover. They weren't married, unfortunately, because he was killed very young. But she plays Deborah Johnson. Now, my wife told me off the bat that she does great and looks like Deborah Johnson. Like I said, I haven't seen much of anything, but when I had to go back and do my research on it, I said, yeah, but when it comes to Donnie Fishback, when it comes to acting, I liked her in Project Power, but I loved her in this, if that makes sense. I was like, okay, she's pretty cool in Project Power. She will get more. She wasn't one of the people that I hated in Project Power at all. But however, I was saying that, you know what? She's going to get work. And she got it, and I thought she was great in here. It was believable. I felt it. I felt the emotion. I felt the bond between her and Dan Kaluuya as Fred Hampton and Deborah Johnson. I thought it sold it to me on the part where it did its job in part of movies where you know the story. It's like when I watch Malcolm X all the time. But then when it comes time for Malcolm X to get assassinated, I just fell in love with the portrayal that Denzel did. I'm still believing there's a chance for this guy. Every time I see that movie, that's what I felt like here, to the point where you know what's going to happen, but it's like, oh man, you just don't want that. Maybe they're telling the wrong story. One person I want to give praise to, and because I was just like, God, he does this role. So Jesse Plemons, he plays the FBI agent in here, who is the one that sets up William O'Neill to go infiltrate the Black Panther Party. He's good. I hate him, but he's good. First of all, he got that creep role down pat, and I remember, and he plays these kind of roles. If you remember in Game Night, he played in the Game Night as that creepy neighbor, that creepy security cop neighbor. And don't forget him in Black Mirror, that whole Star Trek episode of Black Mirror. He was creepy in that one too, but he was really good in that episode. And when I started seeing all this work, I'm like, wait a minute, that's the guy that was bullying Calvin Cambridge from Like Mike.
Hey, punk. I've been thinking.
And we have come a long way since then. And I'm telling you right now, I know people would joke, call him fat Matt Damon, but look, I'll tell you right now, Jesse Plemons is really good at what he does. And his character, once again, is a character that you go in there and you want to immediately hate because it's the FBI, but he has a complex character in there as well. That's one thing this movie does. This movie is what I love about it. It kind of reminds me of like kind of like Selma. And when I say it like that is, ever do when they wanted to make a movie about the story, and you have to know that in story and in life, people are flawed. You don't want to make it one side, like we're the heroes and these are the villains. It's like there's flaws everywhere. There's complexity to these different characters. And this was directed by Shaka King, who this is like his first big movie debut, and which I think he deserves all the praise in the world for doing this. And also produced by Ryan Coogler. They take a time to bring in things to these characters, even to Fred Hampton as well, that, these ain't perfect people, okay? We are trying to fight, an ongoing battle, but they're not perfect people, and you actually feel, like this is more of a complex character that Jesse Plemons is playing as FBI agent, same thing with William O'Neill, so you don't just go in there hating, or you go in there hating, but it's just like, oh my God, this movie's trying to teach me something, type of thing like that. But most of the performances, you're gonna see more odd performances, and most of them were good. The story was good. The cinematography was good in the movie. To me, it doesn't have pacing issues. To me, I was engaged with it throughout the whole movie, and I learned a lot from it also. So it's a very educational movie. But with all good things, you know, so there may be some bad things, but let's get into the bad. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you guys. It's hard to pick out bad in this movie without nitpicking. The only thing I can nitpick, honestly, about the movie is that maybe Dan Clue was darker. So, it don't bother me. Was there to me, there wasn't no dead moments in the movie. Of course, it's hard to pass Lakeith Stanfield and Dan Clue as 20-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? So, because obviously Dan Clue's in the 31 and Lakeith Stanfield was 40. So, it's just like, well, other than that, there's no need to even try to find something bad about the movie. So, we'll go on to the experience / spoilers. Alright, so you have been warned. If you guys don't want any spoilers from the movie, even though it does based on the story of Fred Hampton, so if you know all about the story of Fred Hampton, then it's not really a spoiler. But still, for those who don't want any spoilers, it's the spoiler experience section. So, seen it on that Friday on HBO Max, and I think this was good to come out on HBO Max. Some of the spoilers. So, I like the way they did it in the beginning because it shows the Eyes on the Prize documentary that William O'Neill was in. I watched all of Eyes on the Prize. Actually, when I did the reaction to this movie, I went back and just binged the whole Eyes on the Prize series from episode 1 all the way to Eyes on the Prize 2 all the way to the end, and I watched all this stuff. So they recreated the interview that William O'Neill did with Lakeith Stanfield. It looks like a mirror image. It really looks like a mirror image. I was like, wow, they did a damn good job on that one. And he looks just like William O'Neill. And for those who don't know, like, right when the Eyes on the Prize 2 was supposed to debut, which was supposed to be January 15th, 1990, which was Martin Luther King's birthday, William O'Neill committed suicide. And he walked right out into a traffic and was struck. So he committed suicide because I believe it was the guilt that came to him. And this man was a very complex character. Well, I can't say character, excuse me. I'm talking about complex man. My apologies. And it's easy to hate. And even when I watched him, because I seen No Eyes on the Prize, it's kind of like somebody who's trying to convince himself that it's okay to do what he did, and it's not. But once again, the system that has fucked up all Black Americans for like damn near forever. There's no winning it. He is a product of the system, and they put him in some impossible situation. I'm not trying to excuse what happened, but this is the way it is. And I learned, watching the movie. Also, Lakeith Stanfield brings that to him. Like I say, he was out there and being a criminal, and then he got caught, and then once again they're gonna throw all this time on this guy, beat him the fuck down, stuff like that, and then give him an ultimatum to try to get out. And it's like, what would you be doing at 19, 20 years old if you're in that situation? It's so easy as an adult to say this is what I would have did, but you don't necessarily know especially when you're in that mindset. And when it comes to getting the mindset, take this into consideration. Fred Hampton was 21 years old when he was murdered, and he was doing something in 1969. What were you doing at 21 years old? Because I'll tell you what I was doing at 21 years old. Okay, it definitely wasn't that. I was reading books and stuff like that, but about these certain things. But it wasn't I'm giving my life for the people at this young. Like that's what his whole focus was, and it's a tale of showing that everybody can't be a leader, and he really brought it with that. And it just admires me. It's just also him going around starting a Rainbow Coalition, which I wasn't aware of, how he would go into these white groups and these Puerto Rican groups and bring them all together and unify. That's what scared the shit out the FBI in the first place. Unifying all the people together, not just a black thing. We're going to unify all the people. That's some scary, powerful shit to them. That's a powerful man to do that. You can only imagine, him staying, him living into the 70s, what this could have did. You know, I know after seeing this movie, I have to definitely go and watch the Trial of the Chicago 7. I have to go check out the Trial of Chicago 7. I have not watched that movie. Came out already like a year ago. It passed me by, but I'm thinking now after going to see this, I have to go out and I have to check that movie because Fred Hampton's in that movie along with Bobby Seale, obviously. So I'm curious to see how, you know, what the portrayal is there and, you know, how it is just to hear that story. But when it comes to Judas and the Black Messiah, there's no chance in hell this thing gets anything lower than a complete nerdgasm. The movie's exhausting. It's going to exhaust you. It's going to make you angry. But it's a damn good movie. And it's in my top of 2021 so far. January, February is not usually known for good movies. But this one, you know, from seeing this and to seeing One Night in Miami and to seeing all these struggle movies, which they're hard to watch, but I haven't had a trash movie in 2021 yet. I mean, there have been some like, okay, but ain't been trash yet. So, you know, hey, we doing good. I can't wait to see how this thing turns out. So post your comments down below. How do you guys feel about Judas and the Black Messiah? We are going to be doing a more in-depth discussion of this on Nerdgasm Talk Podcast. So if you guys want more detail, especially hearing my wife's input, for who is very well versed in this era of history, we'll be talking about that on the podcast. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed my reaction. Hit the subscribe button for more movie experiences every single weekend right here on NC Studios. So once again, it's NC place to be. Just Mr. A&D, and see you at the movies.